So, if you haven't heard before, there's many different sayings, like, what you think about, you bring about, you get more of what you focus on, birds of a feather flock together. There's so many different sayings out there, and they all mean one thing, and that is you attract what you think about, or you attract what you think about most of the time. What you are thinking about most of the time, you attract to you. Now, there are times where you can have what you focus on in a shorter amount of time when you focus it using a lot of energy, and that is called visualization, and that can be very effective. Visualization can take something that you're not thinking about all day long and concentrate it down into a few minutes and have the same effect as bringing into your reality something that you've spent all day long thinking about. Now, is that saying that it's okay to think all day long about what you don't want? No, it's not. Because more than likely, unless you're visualizing correctly, you're going to get that. So we always want to be focusing on what we don't want instead of what we, or I'm sorry, we always want to be focusing on what we want instead of what we don't want. You know, take for instance, I'm out walking in the snow. It's like 25 degrees, it's not very cold, but some people hate snow, some people hate cold weather. I used to hate cold weather, but I'm actually beginning to like it since I've moved to a new place where it gets kind of cold. But take for instance, you hate cold weather and you complain about it all the time. You're living somewhere, you hate the winter, you complain about it all the time. You just want it to be hot again. Or maybe you live somewhere where it's hot all the time, and where I used to live, it's nothing for it to be 75 degrees on Christmas Day, which it was about 80 this past year. And you know, maybe you like cold weather and you hate the hot and you want to complain all the time about hot weather. Well, you're going to get more of that if you complain about it. Because when you complain about it, you're thinking about it. And when you complain, there's usually a lot of energy in that complaining. There's a lot of feeling, emotions in it. And because of that, you're charging those complaints. You are making it much more likely that you're going to get more of what you don't want when you complain about it. It's very important that you stop complaining. Make this new year a year of less complaining. Make it the least complaining year of your life. And you'll see changes happen. In dealing with conscious creating, the law of attraction, metaphysics, whatever you want to call it, in dealing with this, we know that everything is vibration, it's frequencies. And in order to attract the kind of life that you want, you have to match the frequency. You have to match the vibration of those things. The Hindus were talking about this thousands of years ago, about how everything vibrates. Everything you want is equal to a vibration or frequency. If you want more peace in your life, then in order to be a conscious creator, you need to focus on that peace that you desire. And one of the biggest secrets is that you have to start feeling that peace, no matter what your surroundings tell you. All your senses may tell you something different, that nothing around you is peaceful, but you have to feel it first. You have to ignore your senses, ignore what they're telling you, and feel that peace before you see it. You see, the old saying of seeing is believing is wrong. You have to believe it before you see it. Now, what I'm teaching you is some of the real basics of the law of attraction and changing your reality. But you have to understand these things in order to move forward and get into some more of the more advanced stuff. But for right now, you have to start focusing on not talking about what you don't want. Stop talking about the things that you don't want. Talk about the things that you do want. But you don't want to focus on these things. When you focus on them, when you focus on what you want and you don't see it in your reality yet, people can tend to start attracting more lack into their lives because they start seeing all of these things that they don't have. And this is so important. I can't stress this enough. This is why, not to get all super Buddhist on you and all that, but it's why you should keep your desires to a minimum. Be careful that you're not desiring a whole lot. It's okay to desire, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. If we didn't desire things, we would never go anywhere. I'm not telling you not to desire things. But one of the most important things about desiring is that after you desire it for a little while, you have to let that desire go. Once you can let that desire go, it'll come back to you. Now, I know that sounds crazy, especially to people who are not very familiar with conscious creation. But this is the way that it works. Think back on different times in your life when you wanted something, and then maybe you just gave up on it or just forgot about it. And then it shows up when you least expected it. This is how it always happens. When you least expect it, things tend to show up that you've desired before. So you really have to focus. This is such a basic thing, but it's something that people who practice conscious creation for years still can't grasp, is letting go of those desires. Maybe you've lost an object before or something. Pair of gloves or something like that. I guess I'm thinking of that because it's a little cold in my hands, not too bad, but you drive yourself nuts. You're looking for them, you can't find them, and the whole time while you're looking for this object, you're sending out this frequency of I can't find. And guess what frequency you're attracting to yourself? You're attracting a I can't find it frequency. I'm not getting it, I don't have it. But guess what? When you just say, you know what, screw it, I'll find them later. I'll find those keys or whatever later. And then you forget about it. And then it shows up when you least expected it. You find it in the oddest place. This is the same thing with your desires. Whether you're desiring a $10 million house, $500,000 car, whatever it is, peace, the perfect mate, more friends, anything, no matter what it is that you desire. As long as you're desiring it, you're not going to have it, because that implies that you don't have it if you're desiring it. So it's okay to desire something, but then let the desire go, because when you let that desire go, it will come back to you. Always be diligent in what you're thinking about. Stop thinking about things that you don't want. Always think about what you want, and you will attract these things to you. By the time they come to you, you may forget that you ever desired them. That's part of the normalization process, which I will talk about later. Things always seem to come in a natural way. In a way that you could never have imagined.